The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
Hi, friends, and a most pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome in to another edition of Delaware Hockey Night, presented by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. On tap this evening, the first of 5 meetings between the Drexel University Dragons and the University of Delaware Blue Hens. We're coming at you live, as always, from Fred Rust Arena. Yours truly, James Witherite, joined in the broadcast box this evening by our dear friend, it's been too long, Bob Thomas. Welcome back.
Thanks, James. It's great being back, man. I'll tell you, it's been a long time, you know, with everything between the COVID issues, and it's awesome. It's great having hockey back in it. It's like the high school season started.
Well, it was going to start tonight. But,
yeah, our home opener was supposed to be tonight, but unfortunately Bishop Shanahan had some problems and couldn't field the players that they needed.
Couldn't ice a team. So
right. Well, there's a lot of travel tournaments this weekend.
So we're going to have to wait a week for that.
Yeah, and it's going to be great because it was Father Judge, and that's a great battle between Slasiana and Father Judge. But
anytime the Crusaders and the Sal's get together, we know it's going to be a good hockey
It's good.
game.
I told a couple of people, I said, you know, it's a shame this happened, but you know what? Next week will be phenomenal.
To have Father Judge on opening night, and better yet, you get them 3 times this year.
Yeah.
You get Roman 3 times this year. You get O'Hara 3 times this year.
We do.
That's going to be that whole division just beating each other's heads in all season long. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be
it's going to be painful for you, don't get me wrong, but for us
it'll be fun
on this side of the glass, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be like a grudge the whole season, grunt matches. So yeah, but it's great to be back to the U of D and starting off right in the D1. Great matchup between Delaware and Drexel. This is going to be a blast.
And we're going to turn our attention to this matchup right now. Looking back to last weekend's Delaware sweep of New York University, a couple big players on the weekend. Ryan Rodriguez, one of them, 4 goals and 2 assists, including a hat trick in Saturday night's win. And a freshman showing up in a big way, Cody Diaz, the Iron Man from Neenah, Wisconsin, on the board with 2 assists, a rookie making a big impact for the Blue Hens, and he's in fact gotten himself a promotion. He'll center the second line for the Blue Hens tonight, flanked by Ryan Rodriguez and the grad student Brian Ostrander. Top combination, Dominic Guido, leading scorer for this team with 12 goals, 7 assists. He's on with Jake Nema, 8 goals and 5 assists, and Patrick Meckel, more the supporting role in that top line, with 10 apples along with his 3 goals. So that top line, Bob, 3-point-a-game players. How often do you see that?
Could they play for Sally's?
I think they've aged out.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, that's impressive. That tells you a lot about their ability to work as a unit. You know, they obviously, when you're averaging 3 points per game, it tells you also that they're not very selfish. You know, that they're willing to work with each other, and that's a great combination.
And then even on the blue line, you've got some productivity. Top defensive pair, Riley Donor and Ivan Sidoriak. Between them, together they're averaging a point a game. Second combination, Will Gould with a goal and 4 assists. Shane Straubinger in 7 games played with 2 assists. So you're getting that productivity all the way up and down the score sheet.
So you have D that are averaging a point a game.
Well, half a point a game.
Well, that's still amazing. I did that. I averaged wait, that was a point a season. Never mind, that was different. But yeah, so that's really impressive, though. And when you get, you know, a D-core that can contribute offensively, because that's today's games, James.
It's a 200-foot game. It's a fast game.
Exactly.
It's all about skill and motion and
you're exactly
creating
right.
those mini 2-on-1s.
You know, today, if a young player does not learn to be able to play all 3 zones, offensively and defensively, they're really going to struggle. The game today, the defense I've seen video of even the NHL guys where both defensemen were in front of the net, but it wasn't their net, it was the offensive net. And so it's part of the game. So to have them jumping up, it's a really fast and fun game to watch.
No question about that at all. Between the pipes, we will see Griffin Iglesias. He's 1-3 this year with a 4.00 goals against average and a save percentage of .876. On the other side of the red line, 178 feet away, we'll see Drexel's top goaltender, Logan Kramsky. He's 4-0-1 with a 291 goals against average and a save percentage of .917, along the backbone of this Dragons team. Our pregame report, as always, brought to you by our good friends at Limestone Pension Associates. Saving for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For over 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Of course, it's all brought to you by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. Heather specializes in personal injury and workers' compensation cases and is available for consultation at 302-565-6132. Bob and I are going to take a time out here on Delaware Hockey Night. When we come back, we'll head inside the glass for opening introductions. The Dragons and the Blue Hens meeting in their first of 5 showdowns here this season. And it's all coming to you live from Fred Rust Arena on Delaware Hockey Night, presented by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more. Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Watching the game or tailgating with friends? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There is no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagie's, made only with the highest quality Thuman's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area and save yourself the prep time. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagie's on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at PrimoHoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
Welcome back into Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back into Delaware Hockey Night. Just about go time for the first of 5 meetings this season between Drexel and Delaware. Let's head inside the glass for tonight's opening introductions. Fans, once again, good evening and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. The American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League present this evening's men's Division I matchup between the visiting Drexel University Dragons and your Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting Drexel University Dragons, starting in goal, number 35, Logan Kramsky. On defense, number 21, Sean Carver. And number 18, Tyler Black. At left wing, number 28, Anton Kaczynski. At right wing, number 29, Ryan Sambuco. And starting at center, number 7, Jarrett Ortiz. It's that time, Blue Hen Nation. Let's meet the starting 6 for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, number 29, Griffin Iglesias. On defense, number 12, Shane Straubinger. And number 9, Will Gould. At right wing, number 26, Brian Ostrander. At center, the Iron Man, number 37, Cody Diaz. And starting at left wing, number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. Your Blue Hens are coached by Todd Mittelmeyer and Jason Bain. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Brendan Liu and John Poling, and linesmen Frank Solis and Brian Santora. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. I think we're ready for a hockey game, Coach.
I think so too. I wonder who that guy is that sings. He does a pretty good job. Do you
As
know
the
him?
saying goes, if you know, you know.
I'm sure every time you look in the mirror, you see that guy, don't you?
Now you're just trying to make me blush over here, Bob.
Well, as my dad used to tell me, unlike you, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, so.
Well, you're a pretty good guitar player, as I understand it.
Once in a while, the fingers find the right note. Thank God there's a limited amount of them.
First period action, as always, brought to you by First State Ice Hockey, committed to building the next generation of youth hockey players under the philosophy of one state, one goal. Learn more about their classes, clinics, and summer tournament program by visiting firststateicehockey.com. Kazitsky rolls the puck in behind the Delaware goal. It's held in at the right point by Black. He's double teamed high. Holding the zone deeper was Sambuco. Throwing the puck to Ortiz in the far corner. Play kept at the boards. Rodriguez reaching in, trying to take the puck away from Black. It's carried around to the near corner. Held in by Carver. His shot attempt was blocked. The pregame light show wreaking a little bit of havoc on the system upstairs, but our videographer Madeline capably rolling with the punches, and we look to be all right. We've got a puck over the glass and out of play in the Delaware zone, 50 seconds in.
Good start. As you can see, like we were talking about, James, right on that very first shift, the defenseman for Drexel went in deep, and the guy, you know, his winger picked him up, although he almost lost it by over stick handling on the blue line there, but a little bounce and Delaware might have had a clean break. You know, so sometimes early in the season, it's hard for the forwards to play back on D. You know, it's not exactly an easy position.
Faceoff comes above the Delaware blue line. We'll see the first of Jake Nema as he squares off with Drexel captain Pat McGinley, who's centering Nick Urbani and Matt Harris in their second combination. Puck blocked down by Urbani at center, flipped in over the blue line, corralled by the backhand of Nema, but stolen from him by Nick Castura, product of, if memory serves me right, Westchester East. Harris to Urbani at the left point. This puck thrown in close. McGinley can't direct it past. Follow-up chance came from an Avongrove alum in the form of Ian Hoover, and there's the first goal of the game just like that. Took all of 88 seconds, and Drexel's on the board.
Definitely not the way Delaware wanted to start this first period. And a couple local kids make good for Drexel. A little bit of sloppy play by Delaware, and I know because we've seen those guys play against Slasianum, so we know how good those local kids can be.
You remember Ian Hoover?
Yes. Good forecheck.
He's going to pick up the secondary assist on that goal is Nick Castura. The Viking gets his 8th of the season. Drexel University goal. His 8th of the season, scored by number 5, Nick Castura. Assisted by number 13, Pat McGinley, and number 27, Ian Hoover. Time of the goal, 1 minute, 28 seconds in the first period. Castura from McGinley and Hoover at 1:28. And the first penalty of the game comes against Delaware. Looked to be hooking signaled by John Poling.
It was, James, against Urbani.
And it goes against Alex Infanger.
Oh, sorry.
Cross slot pass to Black. Puck rolls to Castor at the left point. Ricocheted off the corner boards to Matt Harris. He's hassled by Gould on this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill with Diaz, Strombinger, and Heitzaus. Delaware penalty. Assessed to number 4, Alex Infanger. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 2 minutes 20 seconds in the first period. Infanger 2 for hooking at 2:20. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Faint whistle, but we had a puck out of play with 16:41 to go in this first period. So far, so good on the kill.
Boy, I like that first unit on that kill, James. Very aggressive, great kill. Plenty of sticks in the lanes, a couple good blocks on shots. Did a great job.
Here Ortiz wins the attacking zone draw. Berghan working center point, challenged by Dosa. Puck launched in by Sambuco from the right point. It ricochets off the corner boards back to Berghan through the slot. Ortiz couldn't bring it down. Lindvall maintaining behind the Delaware goal. Sets up another chance from Sambuco. Sambuco, this one again, sails wide. Kozitsky puts on the brakes, trying to draw Hauk away. Centering feed, and the Ortiz shot through traffic was blocked down by Griffin Iglesias. His first save of the game after letting one go in early. Lindvall back in, taking aim from long range. Another pad save by Iglesias. Kozitsky held the other side. Close-up chance from Sambuco took a bounce away. The final seconds of the Infanger penalty tick down, and the Hens are back to full strength. They did allow 2 shots on their first penalty kill of the night. Co-captain Ivan Sidoriak chips the puck up the near glass as far as center before Carver volleys it back in for Drexel. With the delayed offside, the Hens had an extra half second or so to reset. Dominic Guido led the rush up the right wing boards. His shot from the top of the circle was blocked. Pursuit for the puck behind the net, a two-a-side scrum developed. Meckel was at the center of it. Now he's the recipient of a centering pass. Sprawling over the puck and covering is Logan Kramsky. And he'll hang on for dear life for a stoppage in play.
Pretty physical in the front of the net there. It's the way it's supposed to be. It's like the offensive line and defensive line kind of deal. So
I know you have a soft spot for that brand of hockey, though.
You're right, James. I do like, Drexel did a good job protecting their goalie. They cleared a crease out, and it's pretty hard to score when you're on your butt unless you're, some of these superstar guys.
Guido and McGinley taking the draw to the right of Logan Kramsky, who is far and away the strongest of the holy trinity of Drexel netminders. 4-0-1 on the year with a .917 save percentage.
That's pretty good, James.
Definitely. This Drexel team 3-3-2 in conference play so far. Delaware 4-4-0 in ESCHL competition. Frank Solis waving play good, but it looked like Matt Harris from our perch was a good foot offside on the entry. There's a shot that made it through from McGinley, but it trickled just wide of the near post. McGinley again. Kept high in the zone by Meckel, dishes the puck to Harris in the corner near side. Brunel tries to play the body on him, but Harris dodges the check, flips it back to the left point. That shot from Urbani was blocked close up by Jay Luce. Castura sets up another Urbani chance. It too was blocked well before the top of the blue paint. Brunel shovels a loose puck ahead up the far boards. Rodriguez can't punch it through as McGinley holds the right point this time. We're just past the 6-minute mark of the first period, and Delaware is going to go down another man as Brendan Liu signals a trip. Christian Brunel ruled the guilty party here.
James, that was a rough series for Delaware. They were playing pretty loose in front of their goaltender. They had 3 guys back, but if you're not putting your body on somebody's body and getting the stick tied up a little bit there, it created all kind of havoc there. They definitely need to be a little bit more physical down low as far as at least tighten it up on the guys.
Delaware penalty. Assessed to number 14, Christian Brunel. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 17 seconds in the first period. Brunel 2 for tripping at 6:17. Cross ice pass finds Sambuco. Through the slot off the far boards, Burkhan with plenty of time and space. Infanger giving him a good 15 feet. Bob, our parking lot conversations a lot of the time, as the Hens do clear it, was Straubinger did so. We talk a lot about gap control. We talk a lot about spacing between the attacking player and the defensive player. It felt to me like Infanger just gave too much space there.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, James, there's times when you know, like on a penalty kill, and they're right there. I'm a big fan of an aggressive penalty kill. You know, I mean, there it was just a good pass and a good shot, but when it probably should have, you know, been either knocked down or stopped. It wasn't that hard of a shot, but you're right, James. The spacing, your gap control is really important. Again, though, what led to this penalty was the fact that they just didn't do a real tight job in front of their net when they were even strength. So let's see if they can make that up now. They got to stay out of the box, though.
It was Burkhan with the initial shot, Jared Ortiz. Had the net front tip to get himself his 7th goal of the season and make this a 2-0 Drexel game. And we're not even 8 minutes in, Bob.
You know, like I said, James, Delaware's got to give the Ingleses a lot more support. They have to be more physical. They got to put body on body down, especially down low.
And they've got to get the puck in the Drexel zone. They've got to be able to control the Drexel zone a little bit better as opposed to just throwing the puck in. There's Riley Donor with a slap shot. This is held by Kramsky again. Drexel goal, his 7th of the season. Scored by number 7, Jared Ortiz. Assisted by number 11, Ben Burkhan, and number 28, Anton Kazitsky. Time of the power play goal, 7 minutes, 15 seconds in the first period. Ortiz's 7th from Burkhan and Kazitsky at 7:15, a power play goal.
Getting a wee bit chippy out there, James. Maybe that second goal kind of, woke Delaware up a little bit on this.
Again, it is Drexel pushing out of their zone. This breakout pass from Harris to McGinley. Thrown in from long range. Corralled by Dominic Guido. Usually the big ice an advantage for the Blue Hens, but so far they've met their match in the form of the Dragons. That centering pass intended for Meckel was broken up by Hoover, but this will come back an icing.
You're right there, James. They need to have a little bit more press on the offense and contest the breakouts from Drexel a lot more. The big guy Hoover, he's big, but he's not exactly swift-footed. Solid defenseman, but a few times Delaware's maybe should have gotten around him a little bit more. Got a little bit more time and space. It was a good pass by him right there.
Nima overpowered on the face-off. One-on-one, the caster, a backhand off the stretch pass. Handled well by Iglesias. Staying with him on the way in was Berg. Guido absorbs a hip check right in front of the scorer's table. He's slowed up on his way toward the Drexel zone. Hens ultimately dump in, and they'll opt to get some fresh legs on as we near the halfway point of the first period. We're 9 minutes in. Drexel leads Delaware 2-0. Gould, hassled behind his own goal by Ortiz, tries to break away from the forward checker, flips the puck ahead to Hauk into congestion in the high slot. This puck is picked clean by Kazitsky, 2-on-2 the other way. Kazitsky splits the wickets with his shot but misses the near post. Some friendly fire in front of the Delaware net sends Straubinger off his feet. Here's Luppy the other direction off a cross ice feed from Dosen. Back to Dosen it comes across the slot. He's bodied into the near corner by Burkhan. That battle migrates deeper into the zone. Now a two-a-side tie-up for the puck. Luppy and Ortiz joining the fray as well. It is brought free, nearly so by Kazitsky, but he ran into traffic in the form of Alex Infanger. So they continue pitchforking away and throwing each other about in the near corner of the Drexel zone. Puck is skied free, held in by Sidoriak. Across to Donor stepping up. He looked for a shot. Kramsky well out of the crease, gave up a fair bit of net, but the angle of the shot was awkward enough to send it sailing into the corner. Plotkin, bodied by Meisinger into the near glass, leaves the puck behind his goal to Burkhan, chipped off the near glass, and this will come back an icing with 9:34 to go in the first period of the game. Delaware Hockey Night is brought to you by Heather A. Lawn, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. Heather specializes in personal injury and workers' compensation and is available for consultation at 302-565-6132. That's 302-565-6132.
James, that was definitely Delaware's best shift of the game.
Heitzhaus to Sidoriak after Infanger won the near circle draw. Fourth line trying to make something happen, but Meisinger is stripped of the puck behind the cage. Plotkin unable to do anything with it. It's walked back in by Meisinger, angled to the far corner again by Ortiz. Sidoriak from 40 feet misses the near post, floats the puck off the backboards. Ortiz corrals it, and it's carried in up the right wing boards by Ryan Sambuco, but into a 1-on-3. He was stood up at the Delaware blue line. 11 minutes in, we've yet to hear from the Blue Hens. They've only registered 2 shots to Drexel's 5. And most of the game so far has been in the Drexel zone, but it looks like, as you mentioned, off that strong shift, Bob, Delaware starting to build up at least a little bit of momentum.
Yes, definitely. These last couple shifts they're starting to turn up a little bit of heat there.
The Brunel Rodriguez breakout pass was botched. The Evan Mudrick shot the other way resulted in an Iglesias stick save. Berg fans on the puck behind his own goal. Second time works out. He connects with Ostrander. Diaz, Rodriguez, shot blocked. Diaz on the follow-up. He shoots and scores! The Iron Man, Cody Diaz, with his second of the year, and the Hens are back within a goal.
That was sweet.
Gets it back from Rodriguez. Lets one rip from the right dot.
James, that's one where they made the puck do the work, not themselves. It was 2 or 3 really good passes there that set that whole thing up. Great work by Delaware on that. Sort of like it took them maybe 7 or 8 minutes to get going, but now they're going, and they look good.
They just need to keep it going now.
Yes. That was close. That was not exactly.
Delaware goal! His second of the season, scored by number 37, Cody Diaz. Assisted by number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. And number 26, Brian Ostrander. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 44 seconds in the first period. Diaz's second from Rodriguez and Ostrander at 11:44.
James, on that one-on-one right there, Will Gold, beautiful position on it. The only problem was right at the last second he dropped his head on the puck. And today these kids are so good. Their forwards are so good. Even the D, they'll beat you with that if you drop your head like that. And that's exactly what happened.
They're so fast, they're so agile now that you give anything and you're beaten.
Exactly. I mean, that was one where the puck got kind of close to his feet and he dropped his head on it.
Sidoriak from long
There it
range,
is.
rebounds in. Was it Luppy?
I believe so, James. I believe so.
Well, we'll find out for sure on the replay. Sidoriak let one rip, and it looked like Ryan Luppy indeed.
I believe
Put the
it was.
rebound home. We're all square at 2, Bob Thomas.
Great. So the first goal was like a Porsche. The second goal was like a Chevy Silverado.
I was going to say it was like your old truck.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was grunt work. It was hard work. And guess what? They all count for one. So that was beautiful. I mean, it doesn't matter. Right? That's a workman goal right there. They went to the net, drove hard, and beat their man.
That's the beauty of it, though, Bob. They all count the same.
They all count for one, no matter how you put it in.
Second line's on for one. Third line's on for one now. And planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. We have the icing, so we'll work it in. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Attacking zone draw for the Hens. That shot from the point, and Riley Donor made it through. Kramsky with the pad save. Trying to jam one in on the doorstep. That was Ostrander. Kramsky denied him again. Drexel clears. And now we've got the official goal information to pass your way. Delaware goal! His third of the season, scored by number 17, Ryan Luppy. Assisted by number 20, Ivan Sidoriak. And number 15, Luke Dosen. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 3 seconds in the first period. Luppy's third from Sidoriak and Dosen at 13:03.
Drexel got
5:40
away.
to go. Go ahead, Bob.
Drexel just got away with a little bit of an interference there. A great block at the point, and they go around him and he holds him up. Normally, you would see the arm come up, but right now, Delaware's got Drexel back on their back heels of the skates, I should say. But I like the matchup between the Delaware forwards and the Drexel's D. I believe Delaware can take advantage of that speed difference.
Heitzhaus 1-on-2, floated the puck in from long range. Kramsky catches and holds. And that gives us a pause with 5:11 to go. Another attacking zone face-off for Delaware. Momentum squarely in their favor right now.
Yes. It's like watching two different periods happening right now. Beginning was all Drexel. The second half now has been all Delaware.
Nima in across from Ortiz. Ortiz won the draw for Drexel, caromed it out as far as center, where Straubinger recovered for the Hens. Gould, Guido, Nima. Puck floated in from long range. He was marked by Tyler Black for that long shot, and it was sticked away by Kramsky into the near corner. John Poling signaling interference.
James.
As Ortiz and was it Nima or Guido? Collided in the near
Guido.
corner, and I don't know.
Guido.
I don't know.
Well, you know, James, I didn't get a good look at it. I just saw the Drexel player go down. But if you want to, if you want to kill a momentum, take a penalty in the offensive
zone.
Exactly. We've been hanging out too long for too many years. You know exactly what I was going to say. You just don't need to do that. They got to go 200 feet before they even get close to your, into the zone. They got to go. And there was no need for that, because now it puts them back, takes away some of that momentum.
That penalty against Guido. Third against the Hens of the game, and it comes at 15-10. Delaware penalty assessed to number 38, Dominic Guido. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 10 seconds in the first period. Guido 2 for interference at 15-10. And Iglesias with solid help in front. Coming up with a couple key saves. Here he denies Urbani from long range. Working below the goal. McGinley sets up Castura, stepping up to the top of the near circle. Nima had a hand in directing that shot to the far corner. Back to Castura it comes as he and Black trade places. Tyler Black tries to center the puck. It's brought free by Meckel. Delayed penalty coming up against the Dragons. And finally, the Hens will get one to go their way.
And just like we just said, penalties in the offensive zone.
Big momentum killer.
Oh yeah, I mean, you look at Drexel they actually took over in the shots, even though Delaware had gone up 9-7, I believe. And now it's, it's 10-9 for Drexel. So, but there you go, another killer.
So with Castura off for tripping, we're going to be 4-on-4 for the next minute and 5 seconds. Drexel penalty. Assessed to number 5, Nick Castura. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 16 minutes, 5 seconds in the first period. Castura 2 for tripping at 16:05. 40 seconds left in the 4-on-4. This benefits Delaware. They're certainly used to plenty of open ice. Rodriguez and Ostrander on up front. This puck is lofted free by Sambuco across toward Kazitsky, taken away from him by Ivan Sidoriak, and pushed back into the Drexel zone as we've come into the final 200 seconds of the first period of a 2-2 all-square hockey game. Drop past Sambuco's shot was batted up in the atmosphere by the waffle board of Griffin Iglesias, and in comes Meckel the other way for Delaware. To Donor, former Philadelphia junior flyer. Power play for the Hens begins. They've got 52 seconds on this Primo power play. You too can score on the Primo power play. Visit your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies on Baltimore Pike and Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. The pass back to Gould at the right point. Sails all the way down into the Delaware end. Iglesias steadies. Gould waits. Play action behind the Delaware goal. Here's Guido up the left wing boards, pinched by Sprung at the blue line. But Delaware was able to gain, if only for a fleeting moment, before Sprung himself rifles the puck back into neutral territory. 15 to go on the power play clock. Sprung again. Clears. Bottom six forward, but a key component in this penalty kill. Zach Sprung disrupting Delaware's offensive momentum on 2 separate occasions. The shot from Ostrander was popped up in the air by Logan Kramsky. Ostrander cycles to Diaz. Final 100 seconds of the period. The shot in from Donor. Hacked down net front by Ozzy. He couldn't redirect. Sidoriak tried to set up Riley Donor, but he had come off for a change. Here's a 2-on-2 for Drexel. Harris angled to the corner by Berg, who came on in Donor's stead. Harris again, pinned to the near wall by a pair of Blue Hens. Puck held on to by McGinley for Drexel, but he gives it away. And here comes Delaware on the offensive again. Rodriguez chips the puck into the corner, and he comes off for a change. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Jefferson Luce just holding center point for the Hens, keeping play onside, keeping this Delaware attack alive as they look to get another one before they head to the dressing room. Hauk tied up by McGinley in the near corner. Leaves it to Luce, backhanded deep in again from the right point, but into the control of Urbani. This puck rolls below the goal. Nick Urbani clears beyond center, volleyed back by Luce, who's tied up by Harris. He gets some help from Dosen across to Hauk. Here come the Lukes together. Luke Hauk with a shot off the stick, and Dosen buries the rebound. The Hens have gone up 3-2.
Started with the defenseman dropping his head on the puck, and they took full advantage of that. He was in perfect position for the one-on-one. He dropped his head, and that created the overman situation going to the net. You gotta love it.
So what does Delaware do?
Puts it
they
in
get
the
another one before they go to the dressing room. The Coloradan, Luke Dosen puts the biscuit in the basket, and it's now a 3-2 hockey game. And for Luke, that is his first of the year. We're going to let the final seconds tick away, and then we'll give the goal information as Infanger skates out the rest of the first. The score through one period. Your Delaware Blue Hens 3, Drexel University Dragons 2. We'll take a break on PHN. We'll be back after the intermission.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
James Witherite, Bob Thomas, and all of you, wherever you may be, welcome back into Delaware Hockey Night. Through one period, the Blue Hens down 2-0 early. They climbed out of that hole in the final 8 minutes of the first period. Goals from Cody Diaz, Ryan Luppe, and Luke Dosen sent the Hens to the dressing room on top, 3-2 through 20.
A tale of two stories, or a tale of two periods in one period.
It was the worst of times, though.
Yeah, it was the best of times.
The
Delaware came out a little sluggish, and it only takes sometimes one shift to get things going. And remember, James, around the 8-minute mark there in the first period, they had that really, really good shift where they pressed and pressed and pressed, and it was like the light switch turned on. They know that they can outskate Drexel's defensemen if they work really hard, and that's what they did from about that point on.
That's absolutely what it took. That's what got them the lead through 20 minutes. That go-ahead goal coming from Luke Dosen, as we mentioned, his first of the season. The helper belonging to Luke Houck, that was at 1936 in the first period. Second period action brought to you by the Hooper family, longtime supporters of Delaware Blue Hens hockey and of tonight's coverage of the Blue Hens men's Division I team squaring off against Drexel here on Delaware Hockey Night. Second period begins with a long-range shot from Zach Sprung and a stick save by Griffin Iglesias, waiting for him 75 feet away. Another net front feed, Sprung this time, not with the line he wanted. That puck rang off the backboards, and Nima corrals the rebound in the far corner of the Delaware zone. Hens in there. Home Blues traveling right to left in this second period. Drexel in their away whites moving from left to right.
Bad giveaway there, James. It almost cost Delaware a goal. The one thing Delaware doesn't want to do, I'm sure, is to come out flat like they did in the first period. They can open this thing up a bit more if they just press like they did. And again, you know how I love offensive zone penalties. Well, Drexel just shot themselves in the foot with an offensive zone penalty.
And the turkey's on the table along with the ham and the provolone and the seeded rolls. It's primo power play time for the Delaware Blue Hens. 32 seconds into the second period.
Oop, caught an edge. Caught an edge there. No harm, no foul, though.
Drexel penalty. Assessed to number 9, Barrett Genovese. 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of the penalty, 32 seconds in the second period. Genovese 2 for elbowing at 32 seconds.
All right.
Shot from Donor right down the pipe. Kramsky holds on.
It'd be good to see Delaware get a little more traffic in front of him, though, James. That was a nice shot, but really, really pretty easy save. It was up into his midsection, and nobody took the goaltender's eyes away. You know, that's a must, especially on the power play. So, see if they can get a little bit more traffic in front of him.
Guido overpowered by Ortiz in the face-off circle. Sidoriak holds the left point. Sidoriak walks the line, flips the puck back to Donor. Back to Sidoriak.
There you go.
And he drills one. Little give and go action just inside the blue line. Ivan Sidoriak from 95 Construction in Wilmington makes this a 4-2 hockey game, scoring on the primo power play.
Offensive zone penalty, James, killer, right? And then traffic in front of him. Take his eyes away, make it really hard for him to see that shot coming in. The shot doesn't have to be 110 miles an hour. It just has to be accurate, and it's really difficult when the goalie doesn't see it or has traffic in front of him. And that was perfect. Perfect, little screen there. It doesn't take a lot.
Those assists going to Donor and Meckel on the power play goal, as Sidoriak gets his second of the year. And 4 unanswered Delaware goals, this one on the primo power play, have turned a 2-goal deficit into a 2-goal cushion for the Blue Hens. Delaware goal! His second of the season, scored by number 20, Ivan Sidoriak. Assisted by number 18, Riley Donor. And number 11, Patrick Meckel. Time of the goal, 1:23 in the second period. Sidoriak's second from Donor and Meckel at 1:23, a primo power play goal. And Iglesias covers up for the pause with 17:20 to go in the second period. Face-off comes to his right. Fourth line on for the Hens, Alex Infanger in for the face-off. Mismatch going the way of Drexel as their top center, Jared Ortiz, takes the attacking zone draw. Crashes behind the net, but is stripped of the puck by Infanger from there. And it's chipped out of harm's way by the Buffalonian, Chris Heitzhaus. Pushed by Luce, in over the line, delayed offside. Luce tags up, everybody's good. But the Dragons were able to work out of their zone unabated effectively. Loose again to Meisinger. Thrown in again this time by Sambuco after the Hens failed to exit Iglesias. Finally getting into a rhythm. Took him a while in the early stages, but for the last 15, 16 minutes, he's found his groove.
Yeah, definitely. And it really helps with the fact that, that he's getting a lot more support too, James. In the beginning of the game, it was like, hey, anybody want to help out here? It's sue for lack of support.
He was all by his lonesome, it felt like, for that first goal.
There were literally times where there was 3 Delaware players around him and nobody moved the guy in front. He was by himself, and it was sort of like, all right. But he's looked like he's steadied the ship, and Delaware definitely has picked up their speed. In that first period, it was sort of a little bit sluggish in that first 8 minutes or so, like I said. But right now they're looking good, and they just need to keep pressing. And hopefully Drexel takes a few more offensive zone penalties.
But you can't bank on that.
No, you never do. It was kind of a tongue-in-cheek, because I'm sure their coach will kill them if they keep taking offensive zone penalties.
Maybe not kill them, but bag them.
Yeah, well, you know how I love offensive zone
thing.
penalties. Yeah, same thing, basically.
I know your practices too well, Bob. Strobinger to Gould after the icing. Here comes Gould carrying the puck into Drexel territory. Drop pass to Diaz. Rodriguez tries to lob one through the slot, but it's intercepted by Burkhan. Cleared back into neutral ice. Dumped in again from just behind center red. And here come the Dragons, led by Castura. Nick Castor, a strong 200-foot player, drives his way past Donor. Gets some resistance from Sidoriak out the other side of the gauntlet. Around it comes to Black. Through the slot, his shot attempt from outside the near dot was off its intended line. Nima recovers. It's flipped back his way by Meckel, taken away by Castura, who's shoved into the glass by Sidoriak. Puck trapped by Urbani, and this one is chipped over the glass and out of play with 14:47 to go in the second period of a 4-2 Delaware hockey game. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch or to place a catering order. Call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. And the time it took to get that ad read in, the Hens fired a shot on goal on Kramsky, but ultimately to no avail. Donor, holding the left point, gives the puck away. Quick transition for the Drexel Dragons and a Jimmy Bell shot. Caught and held on to by Iglesias.
James, you noticed the difference that last possession that Drexel had, where they basically controlled the puck for about 20 or 30 seconds. Delaware did a phenomenal job. It's so different than what was going on in the early part of the first period. They kept Drexel to the outside. Drexel never got even a shot on goal. They can control it, but they tightened their box up, and they did not let anybody step in on that. You know, James, they did a great job.
As much time as you can control the puck, generate deliberate quality chances, that's more time the other team can't.
Yeah,
it really is. I know it sounds simplistic, but it really is that simplistic.
It really is. And in this situation where Delaware was on D, they just never let up. You know, they just never let Drexel get in through that box. They just never let them come across the ice.
Here's Dosen looking for another one. Luppy on the doorstep, no dice after the Hauk setup. Back it comes to center. Swatted by Ortiz deep into the Delaware zone. Backhanded by Berg behind the cage to Brunel. Carried on by Luppy, taken away from him. Neutral zone resistance caused by Tyler Black for Drexel. Luppy to Dosen again. Cross slot feed. Hauk, no! Off the crossbar, and Kramsky covers the rebound.
What a pass.
Not much chance for us to breathe up here in the press box, is there, Bob? It's been back and forth.
That was a beautiful pass across ice to get that scoring chance.
I know.
I mean, he saw him coming down that weak side wing and laid it right on his tape.
That was a solid scoring chance for Delaware, and now the fourth line's entrusted with keeping the momentum going. Infanger works the far corner. Steps up top of the right circle. His shot stick checked in the atmosphere. Meisinger tries to set up Strobinger at the point, but gives this puck away to Harris. Brian Santora rules play was onside on the entry. The Urbani shot from the left point was an errant one. Gould, Straubinger. Here's Meisinger setting up a 2-on-2. Meisinger slowed up in the slot. Heitzhaus throws the puck in desperation on. There's a shot that hit the post. And back the other way comes Castura for the Dragons into a 1-on-2. Gould on the back check slows him up. They drive into the corner boards together. Polling's arm pops up, and we're going to have a penalty with 12:34 to go in the second. And it is going to be Will Gould off for interference.
You know, James Will did a great job on that one-on-one, and I know he rode the guy out and they kind of went into the boards, but that one I'm not totally sure would have been a penalty as far as if I were the ref, but I'm not. So, but I love the way he played that one-on-one. It was perfect. You know, Will just did a great job staying on the man's chest and riding him out.
Once the puck goes away, release maybe, but really at that point, was it 50-50 from there? I don't know.
Yeah, it was sort of like they just got kind of tangled up and the Drexel player went down, but it wasn't like he got tripped. So he, you know, they just sort of slid into the boards. It's just that Will Gould was able to stay up on his feet. So that's, I don't know, a little bit iffy there on that call.
Burkon, Kazitsky, back to Burkon. The shot from Sambuco caught and held by Griffin Iglesias with 12:15 to go in the second. And Delaware with a 4-2 lead. Face off to Iglesias left. Nima in for the draw. Donor, Meckel, and Sidoriak complete the quartet of penalty killers. So two strong defensive forwards and two strong offensive defensemen. How do you like that as far as versatility goes?
Beauty.
Kazitsky. Drop pass to Burkon at the left point. Sambuco fires it back across ice to the left half wall, and Kazitsky. Hyatt goes to Burkon again. Puck ping-pongs in the slot, and lunging over at Griffin Iglesias covers again with 11:47 to go in the second. 15 aside, the shots are even. And Delaware's defense really starting to gel a lot better.
That looked good. I mean, you know, they were, again, I'm a big fan of that aggressive penalty kill. Of course, the best player on your team on a kill is your goaltender. It has to be your goaltender. And he did a great job. Stayed right on the puck and you know, tied that up, give a chance for his killers to change.
There's another save as Tyler Black is denied by Iglesias. And yet another, Nick Urbani taking aim from just inside the stripe to no avail.
You know what's great about that, James? He's making the saves that he has to. They're kind of basic saves right in the chest.
That's fine.
But the deed in front of him is making sure that he can see it. And that's where he'll stop them all day and night if he can have his eyes like that.
As long as he can see the puck, and Delaware's decor, now Jay Luce and Daniel Berg doing a great job, as you mentioned, of making sure Griffin can see everything coming at him. And that makes so much of the difference.
Again, he could see it all the way in, James.
Urbani denied from long range again. We'll look at it just to illustrate this a little bit better. Hauk net front. There really isn't a whole heck of a lot of traffic. There's one guy down in front, but Berg kept him to the outside of the crease.
Yes.
So Iglesias could see the shot coming right down the middle.
Delaware's been doing a great job, but you also have to think Drexel's down 4-2. There should be a little bit more sense of urgency to drive that net. Now they've got two guys in front, but great play.
And now Sidoriak sets up an odd man rush, 2-on-1. Sidoriak, Dosen, score! Short-handed magic for Delaware. Dosen's got two, and it's 5-2 Hens.
How sweet was that, James? Aggressive kill, block the shot, take off. Look at, that's beautiful. Textbook.
And it all started right in front of the Drexel bench when
block shot, off they went.
Sid had the takeaway. And that's going to come officially at 9:04.
Delaware going on the power play. It looks like, James. High stick.
Maybe not on the power play, but we'll be.
Oh, for 19 seconds.
Even up for.
Yeah.
Or is it a high? No, it's a high sticking penalty.
Yeah. Caught him up around the neck.
On Jimmy Bell heading off. So even up 4-on-4 for 19 seconds.
James, how fun is 4-on-4 on big ice surface? I love it.
Oh, it's great.
I hated it as a player because I was as slow as a chuck wagon as a defenseman, but I love to watch these guys. They can fly.
Slow as a chuck wagon. Clearly, you've never been to the Calgary Stampede.
Well, no, I mean a loaded down one with an old horse.
Well, we've got quite a bit to get through here.
Power play, Delaware.
As this primo power play begins for the Hens. Delaware goal! His second of the season and second of the game, scored by number 15, Luke Dosen. Assisted by number 20, Ivan Sidoriak. Time of the shorthanded goal, 9 minutes, 4 seconds in the second period. Dosen's second of the game from Sidoriak at 9:04. Drexel penalty assessed to number 22, Jimmy Bell. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes, 8 seconds in the second period. Bell 2 for high sticking at 9:08. And the Hens still have, after the dislodged net and the shot attempt gone awry, a minute and change left on this power play. But Tyler Black intercepts the net front feed and clears, and that'll send the Hens, namely Will Gould, back deep into his zone to start up the middle. Gould up the middle through traffic, backhand. Kramsky stays with him. Another case of being able to see the shot, and here he says no, sir.
And he controlled the rebound, which is always a big plus, especially when you're killing.
I've seen Logan play now for about 3 or 4 years, and one of his absolute strengths consistently, well, 2 of them, his angles are good and he's great at controlling rebounds.
That's massive, especially when your team is killing a penalty.
Sidoriak, shot or pass blocked by Castura. Guido's shot attempt hit the wrong side of the netting. Nima absorbs a check, gets some help from Meckel. 9 and change to go in the second period. And after that early flurry of Drexel activity in the first 7 and change, it has been all Delaware since. Guido barrels back in, drop pass to Nima at the point. Donor looks slapper, tic-tac-toe net front. Sidoriak trying to connect with Meckel, but he couldn't get stick on puck right on the doorstep. Drexel's back to full strength. Kazitsky tried to cherry pick, but Sidoriak caught up to him. McGinley's shot looked like it had eyes, but Iglesias came up with the pad save, outstretching that right leg just in the nick of time. Nima dumps the puck deep into the Drexel zone the other way. And the Hens get some fresh legs on. We're just past midway in this contest. And it's a 5-2 Delaware lead. Castura hauled down by Brunel nearly in front of the Drexel bench. Now Castura loses his footing, so does Brunel after the fact. The backhand shot from Kazitsky. was tipped wide. Luce protects the rebound. Karams the puck around the near corner toward Height's house, but Sambuco takes it away from him. Anton Kazitsky tries to tee one up for Sambuco on the welcome mat to no avail. Slapper at the left point was wide, and Sambuco puts away the rebound on the backdoor feed. It is 5-3. Drexel gets one back.
That was just like a lack of communication, it looked like, James, because he had enough time to put that on a tee, have a cup of coffee, and then bury it into the net. I'm not sure where Delaware's decor went on that. They might got caught a little bit puck watching on that, and when the shot deflected like that, it was right on the stick and nobody there.
We're going to look at it again here. 29 on the back door. Ortiz had the secondary assist. And we'll get the primary helper. It was Sean Carver who was at the left point. We couldn't quite see that number on the replay.
James?
But Sambuco's in for his fourth.
Let me ask you a quick question, James. What is one of my least favorite penalties?
Attacking zone penalty.
Yes, and Delaware just did it, and they, you know, it's one of those things, James. You're up 5-2. They get a goal because you break down in the defensive zone, and now you give them a power play on top of that. That can be a real, basically, momentum change, especially if you got that shorthanded goal, which a lot of times can be a great lift for your squad, and then these back-to-back.
Gone.
Yeah, I mean, you take that penalty in the offensive zone, that's a killer. Let's just hope Delaware can be aggressive and kill this off, or even get another short one.
Drexel goal, his fourth of the season. Scored by number 29, Ryan Sambuco. Assisted by number 21, Sean Carver, and number 7, Jared Ortiz. Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 17 seconds. In the second period, Sambuco's fourth from Carver and Ortiz at 12:17. Delaware penalty, assessed to number 21, Luke Hauk. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 12 minutes, 49 seconds. In the second period, Hauk 2 for tripping at 12:49. And it looks like the Drexel power play ends with an attacking zone penalty of their own.
Are these guys doing this on purpose, James? just to drive an old guy like me crazy?
Are both teams in cahoots with your cardiologist, Bob?
They are. They're taking turns. And I think it was about the same amount of time on Delaware's kill that they did it last time in the offensive zone. It was about a minute and change, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so here we go again.
Interference, the call on Harris. Drexel penalty assessed to number 6, Matt Harris. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 36 seconds in the second period. Harris 2 for interference at 13:36.
Well, there was a lot of the glove side net left open on that. It's just wasn't able to hit it, but angle was there.
Kramsky does give up a lot of net, but he's solid on his angles.
Yeah, and it also helps when you shoot it into his glove. It's like he won't miss that one again, though.
Ostrander gives way on the attacking zone draw. Burkhan lofts the puck as far as center. Donor ties it up. Kazitsky leaves it back to Burkhan again. Race for the vulcanized rubber into the Delaware end. Dominic Guido controls it after Ortiz pursued. Guido up the right wing boards. In he comes. Shot blocked by Burkhan's skate. Puck corralled by Ortiz. 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Ortiz rolls the puck in behind the goal. Sidoriak ahead to Diaz. That puck tipped in behind the Drexel goal. Black recovers. Primo power play for the Hens for another 42 seconds. Gould can't bring the puck down in the far corner of his own end. Nick Urbani offering resistance. Now Diaz brings it free to Rodriguez. He shovels the puck beyond the reach of Tyler Black, chases it down in the corner. Sprung plays the body on him, separating him. And Urbani rifles the puck clear all 200 feet as we come to the final 18 seconds of the Harris penalty. Dosen, who has 2 on the day, absorbs a check in the neutral zone. Here he pokes the puck over his own blue line, carries it beyond center. Diaz stays onside, is the recipient of the pass at the point. Across it goes from Dosen. The shot in the air from Berg popped up near to the rafters by Black. Diaz to Rodriguez below the goal. Penalty is expired. Around the horn to Berg, now Gould working the left point. Through the slot, that pass intended for Dosen was blocked off the skate of Matt Harris, who's back in action after serving his 2 minutes of shame. Dosen deeks, tries to split the wickets, shot blocked, so was Gould's on the follow-up. Here's Berg, backdoor to Cody Diaz, and the Hens strike again. The Iron Man, Cody Diaz, with the backdoor goal, and it's 6-3 Delaware.
So, James, what Drexel did there, they closed their box down real tight, and then Delaware did the simple thing, kick it back to your points. They're going to be wide open. Did a beautiful job of moving it back to the points. Point gets it through, and there it is. You know, big goal, big goal. But again, a lot of times when they tighten that box up like that, the 3 forwards, their best option a lot of times is kick it back to those point men to get that box broken up.
And Gould and Berg did just that.
Did a fantastic job.
Enabling Cody Diaz to get his 2nd of the game and his 3rd of the year. The action's up top, the attention's up top, and where's Diaz? Camping out on the edge of the blue paint, ready for the backdoor.
Delaware's done a real good job. The Delaware forwards have done a really good job of getting to the net. Obviously, you don't score 6 goals without getting to the kitchen, so.
Oh, Delaware goal! His 3rd of the season and 2nd of the game, scored by number 37, Cody Diaz. Assisted by number 23, Daniel Berg. And number 9, Will Gould. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 14 seconds in the 2nd period. Diaz's 3rd, 2nd of the game. From Berg and Gould at 16-14.
And James, what's my least favorite penalty again?
A penalty in the attacking zone.
Yes.
And what did Delaware take?
Penalty in the attacking zone. But we should only wait about a minute, and Drexel should take one if they follow the trend this game.
Although this one was absolutely miscommunication. Too many players on the ice. The ruled penalty. Delaware bench minor, too many players on the ice. Time of the penalty, 17 minutes, 21 seconds. In the 2nd period, Delaware bench, too many players at 17-21. The penalty is being served by number 4, Alex Infenger.
So James, that ranks right up there with the penalty in the offensive zone. That's just one where
it's right up there with just, it's avoidable.
Yes, very.
Attacking zone penalties are avoidable. Too many players avoidable. This shot by Tyler Black caught and held on to by Griffin Iglesias. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com today to schedule your first cleaning. Sambuco to Burkhan up high. To Kozitsky through the slot. This one glances off Lindvall's stick, ends up in the corner. Sambuco takes aim through traffic again. A little bit more commotion net front in front of Iglesias this time, but he comes up with the stick save. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Straubinger muscles the puck away from Lindvall. Emil Lindvall racing to the far side, tried to get it back. Dosen able to escape traffic. He steadies at his own blue line and lets the puck go the rest of the way as the bench minor comes to its conclusion. And wouldn't you know it?
Very good kill, James. Very good kill.
And waiting at the other end of that kill, a primo power play for the Blue Hens. We'll wait for the official word from downstairs.
I didn't see that, James. Did you?
I saw John's arm up in the air.
Please tell me it wasn't another offensive penalty.
I think it was a neutral zone penalty, honestly.
Hey, there you go. There we go. We're working our way to the right end of for the penalties.
Drexel penalty assessed to number 17, Emma Lindvall. 2 minutes for checking from behind. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 22 seconds in the second period. Lindvall, 2 for checking from behind at 19:22. So a primo power play will bridge the second intermission as Rodriguez works behind the goal. He tried to set up Luppy in the high slot, but the puck sails beyond his reach and likewise sails beyond the reach of Berg, and the horn sounds to signal the end of the second period.
Great puck movement on that.
The score through 2. Delaware Blue Hens 6. Drexel University Dragons 3. We'll take a break on BHN. We'll be back with the third. Delaware Hockey Night is brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky, 412 Communications, First State Ice Hockey, Limestone Pension Associates, Delaware Trash Can Cleaning, your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies, and Heather Ray Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. We'll be back with the third period in just a couple minutes.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. James Witherite, Bob Thomas inside Fred Rust Arena. 40 minutes gone. And the Delaware Blue Hens have built up a pretty, I don't want to say comfortable, but substantial 6-3 lead. A couple defensive breakdowns there in the second period, but by and large, a much more concerted effort, much more urgency from Delaware in the second. and they've got a man advantage to get this third period underway.
Very strong period, James. Very strong. If they come out the way they finished up in that period, perfect. But like you said, really isn't such a thing as a safe lead, especially at this level. So they got 20 more minutes of hockey to play.
20 more minutes of hockey to play, in the first minute and 22 seconds of that 20 will come in the form of a primo power play. So far, special teams have accounted for 2 of Delaware's 6 goals. Sidoriak with a power play tally, and also the assist on Luke Dawson's shorthanded goal. 9:04 into the second period. Sidoriak chases the puck down in front of the tunnel area. Drexel clears. Riley Donor will carry the puck out from behind his own goal. This turned back up ice by the Dragons as we give you a view from camera 2 to start this third period. We don't always have the person power for a full crew. Our AI-powered camera operator does pretty well, all things considered. But we've got Madeline here, so we'll give you Madeline's shot of everything. Riley Donor taking aim from center point, couldn't connect, and the penalty is expired. Guido centering feed. Nemo was marked in the slot. This puck not quite cleared. It's held in by Rodriguez. Follow-up chance came from Dominic Guido again in the slot area. This blocked down by Kramsky. So 2 shots on that Delaware power play. Neither one could fall. The backhand from Ortiz at the other end was off its intended target. Gould to Strombinger behind the Delaware goal. Hens trying to work again from left to right in their home blue kits here in the third period. And now they start to generate a little bit of momentum out of their zone. But the pass to Diaz from Rodriguez was nearly intercepted by Kazitsky. James Witherite and Bob Thomas joining you on the airwaves. And Bob, it's always great to talk hockey with you. So glad you're back in the broadcast box with us.
I love it. I love it, James.
We hope for more.
I'll tell you, this has been great, and Delaware can keep it up. It looks like they're going to go back on the power play here too, James. So they can put this game away if they pop one here, or at least I shouldn't say put it away, but at least make a real tough comeback.
Loose. One-timer was wide, possession but not control from Sambuco. He wanted the whistle there, but a change of direction of the puck, not enough. It has to be deliberate. Nima holds it in at the half wall. Steps up, looks shot. That one off Kramsky's pads, and now it's cleared out by Carver, and that gives us the pause we were looking for.
The way they controlled that on that delayed penalty, they're going to end up with, instead of it just being a 2-minute penalty, you're going to have probably 3+ minutes, just the fact that they moved the puck really well. I'd like to see them go back to what they did right before the end of the second period as far as the way they were moving the puck in the offensive zone. On the power play, it was on the tape, off the tape, on the tape, off the tape. And one of the biggest things that'll kill a good penalty is overstick handling or just not moving the puck to get that diamond out of shape.
And of course there, what the Hens were looking to do, they were still looking to get that extra point, because even if they do score, because we play under the NCAA rulebook here, they would have had a full 2 minutes.
Yes.
Unlike the USA Hockey rulebook. Drexel penalty assessed to number 28, Anton Kazitsky. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes, 7 seconds in the third period. Kazitsky 2 for tripping at 3:07. Drexel controls this D-zone draw. Riley Donor bobbing and weaving through traffic, comes back in, takes aim from the left dot, that 200-foot defenseman, threw that puck into the pads of Logan Kramsky, who so far has saved 17 of 23, not indicative of his usual prowess, we'll say that. The follow-up chance from Dominic Guido sailed wide. Guido tries to corral a bouncing puck at the edge of the crease, while Kramsky hugged the opposite post, but to no avail. He was canceled out net front, and the Dragons clear. 4 minutes gone in the third period. Half the Kazitsky penalty has expired. Play action. Rodriguez sweeps in as Donor faked a slapper up the boards. Dosen looking for his third. No, he's denied by Kramsky from 15 feet.
James, it's funny because when I ran downstairs for a few seconds there in between periods, I happened to walk past the Drexel coaching staff, and they were trying to figure out what matchups would work best on these lines. It's always a little bit tougher because, for people that don't know, the home team gets the last change, so it's not always easy to get those matchups the way you want.
When you're the visiting team, you can't control that. And it seems, too, that on the Drexel side, you've got your first line, your second line, and then a gap to the third and the fourth. This Delaware team, there's not much of a discernible gap between the second and the third lines. In fact, the third line today has accounted for 3 goals.
Yeah, they're deep that way.
Rodriguez, I don't know if he tried to Michigan one there or not, but couldn't connect on the wraparound. Dosen hassled in the far corner. He's got 2 today. Black strips the puck from him and launches it from 20 feet inside his blue line up ice as the Kazitsky penalty expires. And that'll keep Delaware fruitless on that primo power play. Not just 1 or 2, but 2 already in the third period. We're only 5 and change in. Gould, driven by Ortiz to the far half boards, caroms the puck behind his own goal. Heitzhaus floats one high, glove down by Meisinger. Losing sight of it was Meckel. Here comes Nick Urbani in behind enemy lines, but Infanger slowed him up. Ortiz rolls the puck in deep, a 4-1 mismatch here. Drexel's first line on Delaware's fourth, trying to chip away at the 3-goal Blue Hens advantage, but so far, not so good. Heitzhaus again. Ricochets the puck off the boards. Tipped on by Luce. Ortiz recovers to Kazitsky. He's driven into the wall. And Delaware is going to go down a man. Roughing against Meckel. So the Hens head to a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. With 6:17 elapsed.
You know, James, earlier in the period, I saw Sidoriak get hit in the hand. I'm not sure if it was a puck or he caught a stick because it was sort of at an odd angle, but he dropped his glove right away. And I do notice now the trainers took a look at him, and he's sitting on the bench with his glove off, and it looks like he's icing that hand down. So hopefully he's all right. Hopefully it was just a, one that caught him and didn't cause any damage to the hand. He was definitely
Delaware
playing.
Penalty, assessed to number 11, Patrick Meckel. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 17 seconds in the third period. Meckel, 2 for roughing at 6:17.
He was playing definitely a really strong game, as he always does when I'm here to watch these games. It's like very consistent on D.
And a blocker save there from Iglesias after freezing the puck on the initial attack from Drexel on this power play. He comes up with a pair of big saves. He stopped 23 of 26 Drexel shots so far tonight. So Iglesias really coming into his own. Hauk the pursuer. Black the pursued. Castura carries the puck up the left dots into the Delaware zone. He's angled by Dosen to the near corner. Dosen's had a heck of a game. 2 goals, 1 assist. The Coloradan making a big impact tonight. Across it goes to Black. Castura through traffic. Iglesias with the stick save. Trying to come out of the crease to freeze, but gave up plenty of net, thought better of it, got back in the crease again. Winding up from longer range was Urbani. He too denied by Griffin Iglesias.
So James, Iglesias is doing a heck of a job because there, the Drexel player was in front of the net and had a stick down, but he closed that gap between the stick and his pads, which makes it really tough to tip the puck by your goalie. So young goalies, be aggressive on those kind of plays so you can shut it down before, you're basically taking the angle away on a tip in.
The organist must know you're in the house tonight, Bob. We're getting some Pat Metheny group.
That is the best. James, you know I love the Metheny group.
Ortiz to Lindvall. Ortiz finds Sambuco again around to Burkhan, center point. Across it comes to Kazitsky, working the outside of the left circle. To Burkhan. Kazitsky, Burkhan again. Plenty of commotion in front of the Delaware net. Gould trying to let Iglesias see everything, but he's screened pretty badly by Lindvall. There a shot comes in from Jared Ortiz. Into the glove of Griffin Iglesias it goes with 11:36 to go. In regulation, Delaware up 6-3 over Drexel. There's a new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers web and graphic design, social media consultation, public relations, writing and editing services, multimedia solutions like the broadcast you're watching right now, and more. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. So the Hens escape another shorthanded situation, unscathed as it were. 11:16 to go. And they're up 6-3 over the Dragons. First of 5 meetings between these two teams this season, Bob. As it said, familiarity breeds contempt. Well, there's plenty of opportunity for that. These two teams play at Class of 1923 Arena in downtown Philly tomorrow. Then another home-and-home series, January 27 here, January 28 in Philadelphia, and then the 5th meeting will take place on February 24th, the regular season finale for both of these teams.
By the time that rolls around, they ought to be good and sick of each other. And I love the old rink up in Philly.
That's a great barn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's classic.
It feels like almost Maple Leaf Gardens miniature.
Very. Yes.
But the seats are raked like the Hartford Civic Center. Nice and steep. It's a great barn. It's uncomfortable as all get out, but it is a great barn to watch hockey.
It is. It really is.
Infanger 2-on-2 with Meisinger. Shot, stick checked into the netting and out.
But James, because I'm old, I love old rinks. So the Hobie Baker Arena up in Princeton, I love that. I still love the old Hershey Bears Arena.
Me too.
The new one, it's nice and all that, but boy, there was something special about that old Hershey Bears Arena. It was almost like climbing a ladder to get up to your seat, and then the really fun thing was you could always get a Reese Cup or something in between periods, so that was even more fun.
So you like the old barns because, well...
I'm old.
Then what's my excuse?
Because you're an old soul.
Fair. We can work with that. But you said it, not me.
That's true. But you're right, James. They're great. I mean, it's classic.
Castura splits the wickets, tries to set up Urbani. crashing the net, but he couldn't get stick on puck. Back to Castor, it comes from Harris. To center point and Burkhan. He winds up from long range, no, that one ricochets off the backboards. Burkhan gets it again from McGinley. Net front feed, who's waiting there but Riley Donor for Delaware to turn play nearly out of the zone, if not for Burkhan protecting for Drexel. Guido, time and space, and Burkhan. And a puck out of play gives us a pause with 9:11 to go in the third. Heading to Fred Rust Arena this weekend, or tailgating with friends? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagies party trays and sampler platters. Visit your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
Making me hungry, James.
Between Primo and Sid's.
I'm trying to lose a ton, and you're making it a little bit more difficult every time you do an ad for those two.
It's all about moderation, Bob.
Yes.
Neiman's shot covered up by Kramsky.
Sort of like,
Face-off will come out to his left.
why stop at one hoagie when you can have two? Yeah, that's moderate.
Depends on who you ask. Ortiz in for the draw for the Dragons. Pushes play up ice, Sambuco, and a 2-on-2. Shot through Gould's legs, sticked into the netting by Iglesias for another pause in the action.
You know, James, I caught part of the Blue Hens practice the other night when we were leaving from our practice. And their intensity level was great. It really was.
That's one of the things about this team that makes them stand out. Of course, they practice and they play on the big ice, so speed is naturally going to be an element of their game. But the compete level's there alongside it.
Oh, they were doing small area games, and it was like you would think they were playing against one of their tougher rivals. They were playing against each other.
That's what you want, though. You want that
Absolutely.
urgency, you want that intensity. And being a lifelong musician, one of the things that we're taught is practice above what you need on the bandstand.
Exactly.
Likewise, you want to practice beyond game intensity.
John Wooden, the great UCLA basketball coach, I believe they won 12 national titles, and he used to always say, practice harder than the game, and the game will seem easy. So there's a reason why the guy's team won 12 national titles. Those simple little things.
I mean, as fast as a game like hockey is, you don't have time to think, so you want to be able to come into the game and compete at cruising speed.
Right. Hockey IQ is massive, and to develop that without those delays of thinking is really, really important for a player to, and hockey IQ is like anything else. It's like a slap shot. It's like working on your skating. It can all be improved on with hard work and repetition. Because you're right, in this game, it's not like, the old saying was read and react, not read and then think about it, then react.
No, it's read and react.
Yes.
Almost simultaneously.
That's why it's such a tough game to play. Not just because of the skating aspect, the physical aspect, but it's the reaction time.
It's a very simple game, but what makes it difficult is the fact that it's played at such an insanely high rate of speed.
Yes.
On ice.
It's the truth. It really is. It's a very...
To do all of this at an extremely high rate of speed while balancing yourself on two knives.
Exactly it. 1/8 inch of a blade, so...
It's hard to do.
Very. But these guys, especially these young players now, James, they make it look easy. Their skating ability, their ability to move the puck is just unbelievable today, and it's just a lot of fun.
I know for me, I never skated until I was 31, Bob. And to look at how graceful these guys are, how agile these guys are, it's just when you stop to think about it, it's a moment of awe.
It really is, and I credit the kids for their hard work, and I credit the coaches that are involved in hockey throughout this country. It's gotten so much better, and the game is so much faster. And there you go,
Ostrander. He kicks the extra point.
That was sweet.
And it's 7-3 Hens. Looks like Diaz all the way to Ozzy. The Iron Man's got his third point.
That was a classic 3-on-2, James. One guy drives to the net, the other one finds that lane, and boom, it's in the net.
And for Brian Ostrander, that is his fourth of the season. Classic odd man rush, like you said. Cody Diaz does the heavy lifting up the near boards. Ostrander, he's got a nose for the net. He found space, was ready for the pass, it got through. Boop.
No mistake. I do notice, they said Sidoriak, remember I was telling you, is standing up on the bench, but he's got his gloves off and he's got ice around that one. It looks like his right hand.
So I'm guessing we won't see much more of him tonight, but
yeah, I don't think, especially with a 7-3 lead, and then they play tomorrow night.
7-3 lead. They play tomorrow. They dress 7D.
Yeah, so
the prudent thing now is to rest him. Delaware goal! His fourth of the season. Scored by number 26, Brian Ostrander. Assisted by number 37, Cody Diaz. Time of the goal, 13 minutes, 40 seconds in the third period. Ostrander's fourth from Diaz at 13:40.
You're starting to see Delaware get a few more odd man rushes, James. Drexel knows they've got to press up, so Delaware had another 3-on-2 right there.
Drexel presses up, that opens up the front end a lot more. And those risky plays toward the point open the door for those mini odd man rushes.
This is where that quick transition comes into play. Delaware, they move the puck up quick, they'll catch them.
Urbani nearly turned one over, but got the puck away to Kaczynski. Shot was wide, waffle boarded into the corner by Iglesias. Taken away by Straubinger.
Here you go, James, another 3-on-2.
To Guido, 3-on-2. Dominic Guido. Flipped over the hip of Burkhan into the boards. Puck rolls to the near corner. Kaczynski can't clear. Gould maintains. Final 4 minutes from Fred Rust Arena. Delaware with a 7-3 lead.
Strong third period. They're doing nothing fancy, just hard work. Like you said, if they can keep, getting that quick transition, because Drexel, although they're not, on that last shift, Drexel did not pinch real hard, but enough to create that odd man rush for at least a few seconds. Delaware didn't quite have enough speed to get a full 3-on-2. But they're doing exactly what they needed to do in this period.
.200 seconds to go. Dosen looking for the hat trick. Takes aim from up close. Kramsky with 1-2 saves, and we've got ourselves a net front Donnybrook after the fact.
Now, that's not a Donnybrook. They're asking each other where they're going to get a hoagie tonight, and it's all friends. It's all love.
I I think there's a little bit of a generational gap here, Bob.
Well, that's what Donnie Brooks were to us. It was, hey, where are you going out tonight after the game? You know what you're starting to see too, James, is Drexel's looking. I mean, they look a little bit tired compared to Delaware. Delaware's still moving up quick. Now Delaware just has to be smart and stay out of the mix.
A couple guys are going to go feel shame. At 16:45, Kazitsky. And Hauk will see what for here momentarily. Coincidental roughing minors. So we're going to be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Drexel penalty assessed to number 28, Anton Kazitsky. Delaware penalty assessed to number 21, Luke Hauk. 2 minutes each for roughing. Time of the penalties, 16 minutes, 45 seconds in the third period. Kazitsky, 2 for roughing. Hauk, 2 for roughing, both at 16:45. Final 2:42 of the game. Nima shot off the waffle board of Kremski into the back glass. That the 34th Delaware shot. Heitzhaus leaves the puck for Berg in the corner, but it's taken away by Evan Mudrick. To Plotkin. Up the left wing boards, he connects with Carver. Cross ice feed over the circle. Jimmy Bell bobbles the puck, and here comes Infanger the other way. 2:10 to go. Drop pass to the Buffalonian, Chris Heitzhaus. Kramsky got a piece of that shot and turned it into the back netting.
James, you can see we're practicing on this big rink in the third period. You can really see the difference versus what Drexel practices. You know, at the class 23, it's a NHL-sized rink, so
Drexel's trying to stretch from a sprint to 2 turns.
Yeah.
Whereas
exactly. I mean, this 4-on-4 is really tough for them. They've barely gotten out of their own end.
Whereas Delaware has the lungs to stay the distance, as it were. Brunel off the centering pass, hard wrist shot. He had plenty of mustard on it, but didn't have the line. Here's Urbani the other way. Drop pass to Jimmy Bell. Shot. Bobbled by Iglesias. He made the save, but couldn't control the rebound. Urbani again through traffic. Shot blocked by Brunel. Center to Infanger. Up the middle, 1-on-1. Reaching, Berghahn swats the puck out of Alex Infanger's reach and connects with Urbani the other way, but he's outmanned on his way into the Delaware zone. Shot through traffic resulted in an Iglesias stick save, his 28th on 31 shots faced tonight. Gould back the other direction. We're 5-on-5. His 35-foot shot tipped aside, and with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go, a puck out of play gives us a break in the action.
Did a good job. I'm really impressed with what they've done in the second and third period. Ever since that 8-minute mark of the first, where they just sort of settled in and started doing, you know, pressing.
Diaz and Ortiz coming in for the draw. Had some wayward lumber in the corner of the Delaware zone. And we're set to go for the final 62 seconds of the contest. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Battle for the puck along the near boards, right in front of the press box. Kazitsky with a high shove on Gould, and another as the puck finally breaks free and the Hens re-enter. We'll keep an eye on 9 and 28 high in the zone, and the lines people will, I'm sure, for the duration of the game also. Puck advanced up the far boards into the bench of Delaware and out. .24 seconds to go. Faceoff's going to be spotted just above the Delaware blue line. Diaz and Genovese. Barrett Genovese wins the draw. Carver stick handles once. Works the puck ahead to Quinn, but further beyond the reach of Genovese. It's turned back by Gould. 10 seconds to go. Will Gould floats the puck up the wall. It is caught by Carver. He waits. Shot deflected into the netting with a second to go. But the clock ticks down, and that will do it. The Delaware Blue Hens victorious 7-3 over the Drexel University Dragons. Tonight's final score, your Delaware Blue Hens 7, Drexel University Dragons 3. We'll take a pause as the handshake cue brings this game to its conclusion. In fact, we're going to stay right here. We'll take you inside the glass for tonight's SIDS 3 stars of the game. Tonight's final shots on goal: Drexel University 31, University of Delaware 36. Fans, it's time for the SIDS 3 stars of the game, presented by SIDS Barbecue and Jerky in Claymont, Delaware. Tonight's third star with a goal and 2 assists for Delaware, number 20, Ivan Sidoriak. Tonight's second star with 2 goals and an assist for Delaware, number 15, Luke Dosa. And tonight's number 1 star with 2 goals and an assist, the Iron Man, number 37, Cody Diaz. Your Hens are back on home ice on November 19th when they face off against Jamestown. They travel to Drexel tomorrow at Class of 1923 Arena in Philadelphia for their second of 5 meetings against the Dragons this season. Our attention tomorrow turns to Delaware Junior Blue Hens action. A doubleheader beginning at 6 p.m. featuring the 18 AA team taking on the Quakers, and then the 18 single A team will face off against Chester County at 7:45. Bob Thomas, always great hanging out with you, partner.
James, it was awesome, and it looked like we got a good start with this big win. For the first time that we've been together this season.
First of many, I hope.
Yes, and what a good start. And I'll tell you, the camera work, phenomenal.
Madeline holding down the fort behind the scenes, great addition to the crew this season. As we wrap up here, Drexel falls to 7-4-2. Delaware improving to 7-5-0 on the season. Final score once again, Delaware 7, Drexel 3 for the whole DHN crew, for Madeline, for Josie Billett, Joe Sindoni, Ray Catolo, Curtis MacDonald, Molly Jo Rosen, everybody behind the scenes. For Bob Thomas, the mate of my December. This is James Witherite signing off. Keep your stick on the ice. We'll see you soon.